Oh, hey folks, what's up? It's November 27, 2023. Today, I don't know what's going on with me, but I am having geez man, my speech, my not my memory, just my speech, just getting the words out. It's almost like I have like expressive aphasia or something like that. Nonetheless, I am on the TradeStation platform, so here kind of doing a little bit of homework. I was doing some stuff with the properties earlier today, but I'm just kind of doing the homework today to see what happened with the market, make my notes from the day, and then I'll probably put together like one study, at least one study, so that I can see if I can pinpoint some better entries. So the first thing that I'll do is go ahead and get into, well, let me make sure that I have good audio and everything like that. All right, so I'm just looking at the primarily the like the top tech stocks of the day, or you know, generally speaking, Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, who we got? Microsoft, and well, it looks like today I only looked at Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, but I also will look at what other ones? Google. Let's see. Let's go to my pivot tracker because I'll need that as I'm looking at the actual stocks. And that's this guy, right? So as we're looking at the stocks, I'll just be adding to this. I'll be adding to this Excel spreadsheet. Let's see. I'll probably at least do the 4. So what do I got? Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Microsoft, Adobe. Nah. We'll at least do 3. Microsoft, Tesla, and Apple. So let's get in 3 here. Insert. We'll do Microsoft first. Today is the 27th. All right, tech, and move this back over here, and then Microsoft. I didn't look at Microsoft, so pretty much, like I said, when I leave for the day, I let the chart, the platform, the TradeStation stay up and running, and that way it can get me good information on the bids and asks, because bids and asks, at least on the TradeStation platform, it's not historical data, so you can't pull it. So if I go tomorrow, I can't pull up the data from today. For today, I can't pull up the data from yesterday. The only way that I can have access to that data is if I have the TradeStation platform open. Also, if you go over here to like File and you do Work Online or Work Offline or something like that, and your information resets, you'll lose all this bid-ask data information. So let's. I'm going to switch this. Instead of it being Microsoft, we're going to do Tesla and open this up. So first thing I'm looking at. Well, let's go in order. All right, so. We'll go to the larger time frame, and we're just looking to see what kind of day we had, if we had a bullish or bearish day or a sideways day. Looked like we came into the market here around 236. It dropped down to 232, and then it exited around 236. So it made what, kind of like a spinning top, probably. But I would say that the largest, strongest move, balance move, was a move up, was a bullish move up, right? So from here, let's do this. Okay, so from here up to here, that's balance. You start at this this pivot low, move up, down, back to that support or that base, and then back up. This right here, this was a straight drop, so even though it was a sustained move, it wasn't balanced. This is balance. I'm looking for balance moves. All right, so that level happened right around here. Why is that referencing volume? Yeah, that shouldn't be referencing volume. Let's delete that. Put this here. All right, around 232. 232.52, so I'm going to put that on my other on the tracker, 232.52. We're talking about the low, that's 232.52. And then the time that was, typically I'm doing this on the 5-minute time frame. Alright. I don't know why my scale is jumping around here. That should stay automatic. Default, yes, that. And 252, that low was right around here, 9:45. So 9:45. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go back to the larger time frame, like so, to the 15-minute time frame. And I want to see where this bounced at. What other data points in the past this tended to react at. I mean, it's not perfectly hitting this, but I'm going to say that's close enough. So, and this is an overall box or range consolidation. So my alphas are the tops of this move and my betas are the bottom. So I'm going to say that we have a touch at beta, 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 beta. So we got 3 betas and then 1 peak beta. 3 betas and 1 peak beta. So 3 and 1. And then what else? Where else did it touch at? Wow. It actually kind of went through this area a lot, right? So why would you not take this? And then here, these get a little bit lower. I mean, I think that's a stronger level. Well, right around 232. I'm just going to move to 232. All right, and then so this is consolidation. So we have another 1, 2, 3. I think that went lower. Another 3 on the consolidation and 1, 2 on the peak. 3 on the consolidation. So that takes us to 6 and 3. All right, any alphas? We didn't see any alphas. Okay. All right, so this is what that looks like when I put that information in here. So this low responded or rejected 6 times at the low of the consolidation, 3 times at a peak of the consolidation low, no times at the top. All right, and then that should have changed these numbers. Microsoft, Tesla. That should have changed these numbers. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was at 53 before. So I'm just gonna cut that. Cut it and delete. Still at 53. Oh yeah, we better undo that. These numbers should update with our new Tesla information, which brings it 65, 27, and 8. 65, 27, and 8. Okay, so it did change it because this was 65, 27, and 8, and it changed it to 65. Well, it was 65, 24, and 12 before. All right, so yeah, so that did change our numbers, but it didn't change our overall measure here, which just says that most often for a swing low. You hear the wifey calling me right now? Huh? What is that? This. Just gotta sip my coffee, guys. Mm, mm, mm. It's hard learning this stock stuff, man. It's hard. It's hard.
Excuse me, I didn't know you so sure.
Oh, really?
I did.
Yeah. She said she didn't know I was on the show. Okay. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I mean, this is a active house just like everybody else's, so ain't nothing special going on here. All right. Let's see. So we're looking to see if there was any other significant areas that this low hit, like the low of the previous day, or the volume at average price, or standard deviation, or anything like that. Which I don't really see anything. I mean, it just kind of hit the low of the previous day, really. So I'm going to put that low of previous day was also hit. Low of 1 day ago. LOD, low of day for 1 day ago. Okay. LOD, boom. Alright, so now we just have to do the same thing for... Oh, alright, so then the other thing is when we're looking at the 15-second time frame, we can do it for anything else to the 1 minute or the 2 minute time frame, but for the 15-second time frame is what I typically look at when I'm looking at the bid and the ask sizes. At 7 o'clock, we have a huge amount of bids coming in here, but we're looking at that significant low, that pivot low of what was that? At 9:45, around 2:30. We want to see what happened with the ask around that time, or the bids. All right, so market opened here about 9:30 and it dropped straight down. But now, as it started getting lower, as the market started getting lower, we did see resistance. We saw absorption. We saw the sellers meeting the buyers. This is all sales going on here, but it met buyers. It met high amount of bids, which that was right around in this area here. And then on the way back up, well, still even in that low there, we've got more bids there. Okay, and then this is something that I've seen before, and if I'm not mistaken, I've seen folks with SMC describe this as well, the smart money concepts. But I don't know SMC, so I'm not even going to talk about that. But from what I've been seeing in my chart analysis, it looks something like this. So first of all, let's get these swing levels out of the way, because they are, yeah, making it a little bit blurry there. Okay, so as the chart drops and you have a descending trend, you do want to see a break of the descending trend, but not only do you want to see a break of the descending trend, but you want to take that little range there from this, it's not really a base, but from this pullback, from that lower low to this lowest low. Look at that area right there, and then you just kind of draw that all the way across, right? And what happened was we did see a little bit of a hold of that level, so you might would have got in like at a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. You would have got stopped out because it went through that. However, it made it again, from here being the base to here being the low. And so now you come over here and you just draw that box straight across. And so your entry would have been as it dips down into here, into your into this demand zone, and then your loss or your stop down here. TradeStation doesn't have one of those fancy risk to reward ratio deals like other platforms do. But let's see. Yeah, so we would have been risking this much here, from here to here, which I don't know a better way to do this than to do this. So that's approximately 0.35%. And then if that were your entry, your exit, say it's up here, went up to 2%. So how many times does 0.35 go into 2? We'll call it 0.4, so we'll say 5 times. So roughly a 1 to 5 risk reward, something like that. It's pretty good, right? So I'll say 1 to 5. And now keep in mind though, like I said, you can't win them all, but keep in mind that you would have lost 1 R over here. You would have lost 1 R over here. You would have made 5 R over here. So you've been up 4 R for the day. That's all right. That's all right. I think this would have scared me a little bit though. You get these high asks right here. This would have kind of scared me out of my position probably. And that's in this range here. And we did see a reversal there. So, you know, I probably would have exited there or taken, you know, partial number of shares off there. But then you come over here for that pullback and kind of do the same thing. So look, there's a low, there's a lower low. You could do that, or you could do from this low to this lower low and then draw that same box over here. Take the entry when it touches and then take that one for a 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 also. Let's see how far that one would have went. Okay, so you wouldn't have lost an R on that one, but you would have made what? How many R? So let's go from here to here is 0.09, and from here to all the way up here, we'll just say here. So 0.09 to 1.76. So we'll call that 0.10 to 1.7. So what is that? 10, 17, 1 to 17? Yeesh, that's a lot. So 1 to 17. Now, if I'm wrong on my math, you call me out. You put that in the notes on second or reversal. Okay. All right, and then this is 11, 27, 23. All right, now I just got to take my screenshots of this so I can study it more in depth later. Okay, all right, and then I've also got something called grid. So where did Tesla fall on the grid today? Tesla today, all right, so technically it wouldn't have shown all the excitements until in here, but by that point you're reaching the that previous high. Oh man, did it not get me out? Because I had my stop. Wow, this morning before I left, I had my stop right here. Right here. What? It did get me out. Did it get me out? I think I'm out. I had my stop right here. And I don't think it got me out though. So it went up there. It did this little wick and then it came right back down. Now, why I put my stop exactly right there? Probably because it was a close here. But am I in the position? Am I in a position? Alright, let me see here. Radar screen, balance of positions. Nope, I'm out of the position, so it did get me out. Alright, so the profit for today, $8.59. That's pretty good. Again, guys, this is all simulated account stuff. I'm not jumping out there until I really feel like I got it. Nevertheless, so this is Tesla. Okay. All right. So let's go back to Tesla's chart, and then from here, let's see. I'm gonna take away the support and demand. Okay, and I'm gonna add to it something called not multi-strength, but sheesh. I don't know what test 15-second. I'm trying to think. I put together a script the other day after I found these good potential entries. I made a 15-second. Oh, show me. Made good 15-second entries. Good gracious. 15. Alright. It's not cooperating. 15-second. I think yesterday 11:24. I don't know what I made it with. 11:24. (15-second). There's 11:6. 11:22 strong. This was I made it for Apple. Let's see if it works on Tesla. Okay, so in Tesla, now this is you know, we found these good potential entries to get into Tesla, but if we were to try to maybe do some scalps instead, after we found that this was a good potential entry place, let's see what it would have looked like trying to scalp our way in. Alright, so we would have started here. Alright, saying that was the valid entry, or was it? I think it was. I think we would have got in here because this is the box. We would have got in somewhere here. Alright, so this would have been the entry, or the signal to start entering, and so these look like good candles to get in. That looked like a good candle. These maybe giving you a 1-to-1 risk to reward. These right here, all those are terrible. Alright, that one, and I mean, I think at the point where you lose 1 or 2 and you start dropping, you need to just kind of stay out of it until you cross that ascending or that descending resistance. Alright, but then we have those. Those are not great either. Okay, so what worked on Apple does not work on Tesla. Alright. Noted. Alright, and then Microsoft. Alright, so I did Tesla, Nvidia. I guess I just did the 2 for today. Alright, so let's do Nvidia. Nvidia, what did they do today? Alright, and then Tesla was bullish. Alright, Tesla's main move of the day was up. Alright, but it started from that one, went as high as there. Our level is going to be, well, I mean, I guess technically start from down here. This was just a wick. And again, these are not perfect levels, these are zones. So Nvidia on the 15-minute chart, not seeing anything in the past. Let's go back 30 days. Nothing in the past 15. Okay, so from here on today, which we're at level 473.97. 473.97. There's a low 473.97. Happened approximately, that was pre-market at 415. 15 pre-market consolidation. Let's see, what did it hit? What did this level hit? I think it's close enough to this this one here, and that is a, yeah, I guess I call it a peak beta. Didn't really hit anything else. I mean, other levels, there's a couple other dates, but they just ran through it. Like that one there, it just ran through it. It really didn't. I'm not calling that any consolidation by any means. You know, minor base, but that is definitely a trend, and that is definitely a trend. So I'm not calling that a base. All right, and as we go over, like I said, this many days back, not really seeing anything at 473. Now, just for kicks and giggles, because it's getting close to 473 there. At that point, let's go 50 days and see, did it touch at 473 area? Yes, it did. Okay, so maybe that's why today is so significant, or the level today where it bounced is a significant level because we got this peak here, right? And we're going to call that a peak alpha. Okay, so again, over here, we just put one peak alpha, which is a significant swing point, you know, large time frame type stuff. And then for peak beta, we just put one, and that's all that we got going on there. All right, and that was slightly bullish. Okay, peak beta, let's see, 1.5 months ago. All right, and then some other information. I found that I can tap into, I think it's Bing through Microsoft Excel, and you can get various bits of information just right there in your spreadsheet. So I'm gonna put 0.98% change, 0.98%. I had that somewhere. Gain. Okay, those are only two that I had for here. So let me go back to 15-second time frame and see, was there anything significant with bid or ask size or order size that, well, since this happened in pre-market, I mean, I didn't have my chart going on pre-market, so I wouldn't know what happened bid ask size here. Yes, I did. I did have it going pre-market. I started here around 743. Which anyway, it's hard to tell what's going on with the bid and ask because the liquidity is much lower there, so I wouldn't trust that anyway. Yes, it was a little bit higher here relatively, but like I said, I wouldn't trust it. And then the rest of the move that happened from there up to here is, you know, there was not a lot in there. This guy here, we got that high bid size. Got this high bid size here. Corresponds to what? This general area here. So I think that was significant. I think that was showing us that there was the pullback coming. That reversal. Okay, but what I've been working on most recently is identifying those reversals, right? So this is still, this reversal happened, like I said, at 4:15 in the morning. right? So I mean that was the lowest point from here. So something up there like that. So this is just kind of trend continuation. So these are just pullbacks within the overall trend. And what I've been able to spend a little bit more time identifying are those reversals, right? So wherever that lowest point was, whether it would be here, that's pre-market. I'm not getting the same information, same data to support going ahead and taking those entries there, especially with that lower liquidity. So this right here doesn't mean much to me because I'm not studying trend continuation right now. Now I will later, but right now most of this stuff is just about significant pivots, swing lows or swing highs. If it's really bearish for the day and it's a balanced move down, then I'm going to look at swing highs. If it's mostly bullish and we got significant swing lows, then I'm looking at bullish moves. Okay, but that's all that I've got for that. I'll take a couple screenshots and add it to my chart. So here's one. Like I said, just so I can go back and look at it. And this is for NVIDIA. Is that right? NVIDIA. Yeah, so I'm getting a lot more methodical and I'm really putting more time and effort into this this trading stuff. So all right, so that is going to be B2 on NVIDIA sheet, B2 NVIDIA sheet. So what I do is right click here, put link, and then NVIDIA B2. Okay. All right, so then when I click on this, it'll just take me to that sheet, and then I can go and I can look and see what happened. Okay, then I can just go back to master. All right, and then I need to do that for Tesla as well. All right, 15-second time frame Tesla. What you doing? What you doing? Okay. Cause that was a beauty there. That was a beaut. That was a beaut. All right, so we're gonna screenshot that. Come back over. Tesla. We're gonna do. Gonna be B4. B4. B4 what? I ask you. B4 what? Before on Tesla. B4 on Tesla, and we'll check it, and it takes us right there. Okay, good deal. All right, so now just for kicks and giggles, just going to put together a real quick script on one of these charts, and so we're actually going to do it on. I think I had one on Apple, and today we're looking at NVIDIA and Tesla. So I think we'll go back and look at. Let's do it on Tesla. Don't want to do it on Tesla. Let's get this one out of here, Apple out of here, and then we're gonna open this up. Go to show me. All right, we're gonna call this 15. Let's do 1 minute. Tesla 11/27/23. So we're gonna switch back to the 1 minute time frame. Okay. All right, and then bring this over. Okay, so again, we're starting our entry from here, and so we're trying to identify pullbacks along the way. I don't know how good this is gonna go. But if we could get into any of these bars, that'd be great. I already see a couple of potential pieces of logic. One, we got to have that bottom wick. One, we have to have a bottom wick. Two, we need to be touching or below the 15 period moving average. And I don't see what's going on with the volume. Volume is lower. Volume is lower. Volume is lower. Volume is, well, that doesn't have the wick. Volume is a slight bit lower. All right, so let's do this. Let's try. So let's say that ticks, which is the volume, is lower than V50, which is the 50 period moving average of the volume. And then we're going to say that there is a wick, right? So bottom bottom wick is greater than the bottom wick is greater than half. No, I'm gonna say the bottom wick is greater than half of the body, a quarter of the body, 25% of. Do I have body? Yeah, body. Okay, and then I'll say that the low is, let's just say that it's less than the 15 period moving average. Let's say 15. All right, I'm going to verify that. Go over here, right click, add study, show me. That is the 1 minute Tesla. 1 minute. It doesn't like it. All right, so 1 minute Tesla, 11:27. Okay. All right, so we have these. So remember, we're not starting until we get here, right? So we're not really looking for any of these entries until we get here. So we got these. This is what we're looking for, right? We got those. We got that. That's great. We got these. That's great. We got that. That's great. We got these. Those we don't want. I can tell you one thing though. This moving average of the ratio, I made this morning. If you hopped on with me this morning, that blue line is the ratio of the volume, the upticks to the downticks. Downticks as the numerator, upticks as the denominator. And that's the ratio. I think that's the 5 period moving average of the ratio. And if you notice, this goes down and it's starting to go up as we want to take these entries. And then by the time it's going back down again, we want to not take entries. But either way, these still don't look bad for potential reversals or pullbacks. But we certainly want to take these entries at the with momentum. So let's also try. No, I was gonna say we could look at the momentum going up, take entries there, but the volume is actually. I'm looking here at the volume, the blue line, which is the 50 period moving average of the volume, is actually kind of moving sideways a little bit. All right, so let's see. Oh, one of the things that we can't put on there is that we're looking. Well, we can't put that we want the candle to be a bearish candle, which that didn't change very much. It looks like most of them are bearish candles. just because that low is under the 25 period moving average. But we also do see this red line here changes from red to blue. That is the 9 period moving average, and is changing according to the position of the candle, which I could make that a little bit more complicated to give us more information. But I think the 9 period moving average being over the 15, or at least 25 period moving average, is our better bet to show that we do have some strength and we're moving positively. So we're going to make one adjustment here. We're going to say that the 9 period moving average is over the 15 period moving average. SA9 is greater than SA15. Alright, so we got rid of a bunch of those candles. These candles here, those are kind of stagnant right at the very top, and you know, those are no good. But either way, like I said, we're not really looking at any of this until we get to here anyway, because this is where we identify that we have a valid swing pivot. Okay, so considering that we have a valid swing pivot, we got a good entry. We got a good entry. We got a good entry. We got a great entry. We missed that one, but we got the last one, which is the better one. We got that one. That one is okay. Not much risk below that. We got that. That's good. I mean, I'm game. Now, what happened after that, right? What happened after that is that we dropped below this ascending support. We dropped below it right here. So at that point, we probably need to be looking to at a stronger reversal anyway. Okay, we need to be looking at another descending resistance to be broken before we consider taking an entry. Okay, and it didn't break right here, and so I wouldn't take these here until at least you get on the right side of this descending resistance, which is up in here, and so you get an entry. Take it. Okay, here you're starting to get dicey because now you're reapproaching this line here, so you could go ahead and take it. I mean, put your your stop, your risk to reward, and then when it breaks below it, now again you got to be waiting for a descending resistance, which this is not much of one. I mean, I agree that it is a descending trend, but you only have one pullback here, so I'm like, yeah, this isn't strong enough, this isn't balanced enough. You could take that entry here, but yeah, looks like it's really moving laterally at this point, and actually even moving down. So that is my analysis for these moves. So that's actually a pretty good script. I'm gonna make myself a note that is so that when I'm trading these charts, I can come back and say, hey, don't forget to use such and such algorithm that you created, because it seemed to work pretty good. All right, that was 1 minute Tesla 1127. 1 minute Tesla 1127. So 1 minute Tesla 1127. We're gonna add another one. 1 minute Tesla 1127. Tesla 1127.23. Okay, and I'm gonna maybe color it blue or something to say that it was that it worked out pretty good. So that blue, bingo. Okay, so all right, guys. Hope you learned something, picked up something new. Maybe not. But at any rate, join me next time. I'll do these until I start making a lot of money, and then you won't see me again. But I promise you, it will happen. It will happen. So, yeah.